Well, hello, everybody. Wait, I didn't do the thing I do. Do. Hello! Okay, I did it. I feel better. Welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended. This is part 2 of my hour and 40 long minute, very long episode. And I hope you all enjoy it. I won't be able to see the analytics until, probably about... I'll see the analytics after it comes out, but I probably won't see any changes to the analytics until maybe about like a month after this video comes out. But yeah, I do enjoy y'all sitting through and enduring it. I will say, though, this next part of the video is going to contain my opinions. They are my opinions. They are not facts. That some people might not agree with. Some people might view me in a negative light because of these. If you do view me in a negative light, I apologize. Wasn't not intentional, but I do understand. Not everybody shares my opinions. Not everybody agrees with me. I am not looking to pick a fight. Let me stress that. I'm not trying to pick a fight with anybody. This guy on my shoulder might be, but I'm not. But yeah, I'm just sharing opinions and stuff, and I will admit I'm mildly ignorant on a lot of stuff. So most of my opinions might be just ill-informed or uninformed. So please just watch this video with a grain of salt, and if you do like it, leave a like. If you want to correct me, or you want to... Not really... I guess you could share your opinions if you want to, but, like, try and be civil about it in the comments. If somebody attacks you, just ignore them. There's nothing they can do if you ignore them. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, no, it is a little bit of a controversial video. Or it could be a controversial video, I guess I should say. But yeah, no, it's just me babbling and yapping. So please, for the love of all that is holy, for the love of all gods in the world, religions, all that fun stuff, please just take it with a grain of salt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Getting rid of? That is a 135 female Uranus. It is a 135 female Uranus. Are you stuck? You're stuck. That can go away at any time. I don't know if I can tame her, but I'm going to attempt. Do I have freedom to fly again? Thank you. I'm going to regret this. Because I got a lot of raw prime meat now. Don't know where I got it. It might make taming her easier, provided she doesn't keep on getting stuck on the rock. Besides the kibble, raw prime meat's the next best thing. Actually, raw mutton's the next best thing, but I don't have access to that yet. I would need to make a breeding farm specific for that. Which I haven't run into Ovis at all in this map. Grove is part of the list. Grove is part of the list. Bang. Bang. No idea what your torport's at right now. Damn! Prime. Then two. Nope. 2 stacks of that. So you stay there. Or follow me. Meat. So we're gonna let her tame up. That is a very beneficial find. Like, no joke. That is a red. That is ominous as crap. I shouldn't fly there. I shouldn't fly there. I shouldn't fly there. I should not fly there. I really should not fly there. I'm flying there. It's going to disappear before I even get to it. Oh, yep. Supply crate, health of 10. I mean, we found ourselves a really decent level Uranus. Let's hope we can get her. And she's female. Like, this opens us up to really good kibble. You guys. Sorry, but you gotta go. A little bit more raw prime meat in case the raw prime meat I absconded with got, or I gave it. That's an Anki and a woolly. You're on the list, but you don't have a baby. So we're just gonna wait this lovely lady out. Because if we can find a male, preferably a low-level male, to be honest. I'd like a high-level male, don't get me wrong, but, like... they're harder to... like, it's hard to tame a Uranus unless it gets stuck when spawning into the map. Mainly because of that fear buff. Or debuff that it applies. You don't get aggressive, do you? Nah. Baby Yankees! Oh my goodness, you're both so cute. Let's say, is that a level 10? Rude. Please don't be an attack on sight on my Yutty. They're really cool, though. I like woolly rhinos. They look giant and fluffy, and I just want to hug it. I'm terrified to fly around because I'm terrified a Giga's going to spawn. Okay, well, where she is relatively hard to get to. I'm going to fly about and see what all I can find. So what was that like? 16, okay. I actually do want to go back and check the meat in her inventory. Because I might just have to kill Woolly Rhino Buddy. Or I can go down and kill the mammoths. I hate that. Just want to make sure she has as much of this raw prime meat as possible. Like, I want her to be sick of raw prime meat by the time we're done. Look at the baby Yankees, they're so cute. I swear, adding baby dinos was one of the best things that Wildcard could have done to the game. Hands down. They're some of the cutest things I've ever seen, and I love it. Here, dogs. And, like, I know that they've been around since the game began because, like, you know, there's breeding, so of course you're going to have baby versions. But, like, having wild baby dinos just makes it so much better, in my opinion. Because it adds a little bit of immersion to the game, in a way. A little bit of world building. It's just that good. And I love it. How are you doing, girl? Taming effectiveness still at 100%. It'll probably drop down by about 3% by the time we're done. Maybe more, actually. Because it's not raw mutton and it's not the kibble. So it might end up dropping maybe like 10-ish%. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just taking a look at the mountain right now. Seeing what all we got. Because I want to get back to her quick once she's like fully tamed up. And if we don't tame her, it's fine. I'm not upset about it. It'll suck that we lose out on a high level one. Not you. I wanted to look at the frickin'... Is that a... No, that's a diodon. I also now have an issue. I have a tail. I need to drop the tail. Okay, I lost the tail. Well, we didn't go out to see any of the new dinos of the mods that I picked out, but we did end up getting some decent allies. But to what, 32%? I know you're doing wonderfully. I think me leaving was probably a smart idea. Only issue is I'm going to come back and there's going to be a Giga and it's going to be trying to eat it and I'm going to be sad. Regenning my stamina. My stamina. What do we got? Oh, why is the mammoth and the Megatherian fighting? That's so weird. They must have clipped it or something. They probably clipped it while fighting the RGs. Or the dire wolves. I will say, though, with the addition of the wild baby dinos, the mosh pit's got a lot more dark. Okay, looks like we got another Yutty. Mammoth has a baby. Yutty does not. I don't want to fly too close to the Yutty because I don't need to be flying in like 50 different directions. I don't think that Yutty is surviving. Although I am curious about something. Why do Yutyrannus always travel with Carnos? Like, I know the in-game reason is just because, but like, how do they explain that in lore? Is it just like a symbiotic relationship or something like that? I bet it's a symbiotic relationship or something like that. Kind of like ravens and wolves. Where the ravens will fly around with a wolf pack and notify wolves of when where prey is, just so they can get a meal. And then ravens will also form bonds with wolf pups and help watch over them and raise them. Ravens are fascinating. So are wolves. They're all just they're all just a bunch of interesting creatures. Do you grow aggro if I get too close to you? No. I'm trying to figure out why that Megatherium was attacking the mammoths. I can only imagine it got clipped. Yutties take forever to tame up. On the plus side, it doesn't look like I have to babysit them because the torpor seems to be going down pretty slow. We're at 50% just about. So 3 more feedings, I guess, and we'll be good. I want to see if there are more Yutties. I want to fly at that Argent, it's aggro. You don't have a baby, do you? No. There's a helicopter flying above my house. That is very rude and very noisy, and I do not like it. I do not like it, Sam I am. I love the Aurora Borealis. There's a Yutty. There's a beauty of a Yutty. Wait, I want to do the accent right. There's a boy crikey. Oh great, now that I want to do it, I can't do the accent. It's so great. There's a beauty of a Yutty right there. Right. I'm sorry to any Australians I offend. There's a beauty of a Yutty. See, part of my issue is I have performance anxiety, which is great. Which is actually also kind of ironic considering I'm a YouTuber. So when I want to do, like, an impression or a voice that I've done in the past, like my Olsey, I start to like question if I'm doing it right, and then it just starts to like deform into I'm being offensive and horrible, and I don't like it anymore. There's the beauty of a Yutty right there. It's the right. The right. Boy crikey. Boy crikey. If I offend anybody with my accent, I'm sorry, but also kind of not sorry. I like the way... I like the way the the way the cadence and the the vocalization of the Australian dialect and the British dialect go. And I try and emulate it because it is something interesting and fun. Like, I know some people can get, like, offended and be like, oh, that's racist or that's, like, discriminatory. And I'm just like, well, is it racist and discriminatory if I'm just trying to emulate it to... I don't want to word this. I'm not trying to make fun of it. If that makes sense. And I know this is like a can of beans, so I really shouldn't be opening up on YouTube, especially since I'm so small, but I'm going to open it up anyways. I'm not trying to, like, insult it, or anything like that. I'm not going to be... As an example, I'm not going to do the Indian accent, pretending to be, like, the stereotypical Indian person, which, if you don't know, the stereotype over here in America is every Indian person runs a convenience store, which is not the case. Granted, I have had a lot of bad experience with Indian people over here in America. It's, ooh, Calicotherium. Baby Calicotherium. It's not their fault. They just, as an individual, weren't a pleasant person to deal with. It's not the actual race's fault in any way, shape, or form. It has made me a bit wary around other Indian people because I'm not sure, like, oh, are they going to be like these past people? But then again, I'm also like that with a lot of people from a certain town that I absolutely do not like. But once again, it's not really their fault, it's just the location. And those individuals specifically, it's not... Why are there no dinos around here? But like I said, I'm not trying to do an accent to insult the dialect and the people of that region. If it's insulting, I apologize, but, like... I'm bad at comedy! I'm also bad at doing voices, so forgive me, but, I can't do it right without actually practicing. But genuinely, I do think we all just get offended too much. No, actually, I think the issue is we get offended for other people that aren't us. I think that's the biggest issue. I think that's why we have a lot of issues nowadays, especially here in America. I don't know about the rest of the world. I don't live in the rest of the world, but I know I live in America, and that's all I get, is what's going on in America. I get... God, this video's not going to get any views. People are going to fucking unsubscribe, and I'm going to be, like, upset with myself. This is a problem with, like, being YouTuber and being on, like, any social media. The minute you voice your opinion, somebody's going to get offended, and they're just going to be like, oh, cancel, cancel, cancel. And thankfully, I haven't really seen cancel culture be that much of an issue anymore. I know it still is an issue, but, like, it's not as prevalent. But no, what I'm saying is, if I can get past my ADHD subject-jumping brain working, I've noticed, especially on stuff like Twitter/X and some YouTube comments, people get offended for other people, and they don't even know the person that's getting insulted. Like, they genuinely don't know the person. Like, I think that's part of the issue, and that's part of the... it's partially the internet's fault, to be honest. Because we have access to be able to see all these strangers and people that we don't know, and thus allowing us to get offended for people that don't really want to be offended, or don't really care about being offended. Because as an example, if you all don't know, one of the colleges in California made a... like, one of the big colleges, I can't remember what it is, made a ban list of words you cannot say. On campus. I think they genuinely did try and, like, push it further than just the campus, but they couldn't. Because, you know, that's dumb. But basically what it was... what one of the words was that you're not allowed to say is African American. Because it is... quote-unquote offensive. Like, they had reasons behind each and every word, and I can't fully remember. I just know that African American wasn't one of them. And the word that they wanted you to say in replacement of African American was black. I'm not joking about this. You more than likely can look it up. I think you literally can just Google California college language ban list. And it had a bunch of really, like, stupid stuff on there. And part of the issue is... I'm not saying that part of the issue, once again, is just people getting offended for other people's sake, and it leads to a lot more issues. If the person who you're getting offended for is your friend, that's understandable. You're protecting your friend, good for you. If it is a complete and total stranger that you do not know, probably back off. Like, if it's an aggressive form of, like they are actually actively getting beaten, yes, step in. But if they're just, like, being verbally verbally insulted on YouTube or something like that, just take a step back. Because, number one, it's genuinely not actually going to hurt them. It's going to hurt their feelings, probably. It's a possibility. But the thing is, hurt feelings do eventually go away. I should know. I've dealt with a lot of that stuff in the past. I'm probably going to have to cut this whole thing out. Anyways. One of the things I had to deal with at a younger age was my first breakup with a college girlfriend. It was very traumatizing. It was traumatizing for me, I'll put it that way. Not everybody gets traumatized by how it ended for me. So I'm not going to say, like, oh, it was the worst experience of my life, because now that I look back on it, it really wasn't the worst experience of my life, per se. It was a bad experience, and I really was suffering throughout that entire time. I didn't like it at all. How are you doing? But it was genuinely a bad experience for me. You're still not even... leave me alone. And my feelings were definitely hurt. Like, I wasn't feeling good. I didn't even want to really, like, exist because of how badly I was feeling. But I continue to exist. Obviously, because I'm making YouTube, and it's probably not funny. But yeah, no, I'm still alive despite all the hell I've been through. And my hell isn't the same as everybody else's hell. I'm not going to say it is. And I'm not going to say, like, you should just grit your teeth and bear it all. Like, I grew up between generations where it's not okay to share your feelings, and That's all you ever do is share your feelings. And I feel like instead of just doing one or the other, find a balance. Try and look at this person who said an offensive remark on YouTube to a person of color and be like, you're a miserable person. You should probably figure out what to do to make yourself happier that isn't insulting another person. And then just move on with your life. Because it sucks to be insulted. I mean, hell, I get dislikes on these videos. You guys don't see them because of how YouTube works, but I get dislikes on my videos. And it hurts. It sucks for me. Because, like, I want people to like my content. They're probably not going to like this video, but, you know. But I'm not going to let it ruin my life. And I don't think anybody should really let an insult ruin their life. I know it sucks. I know it hurts. Especially if it's, like, something you're putting your heart and soul into. This is why I don't do hour-long videos anymore. I ramble on about the worst stuff to ramble on about. I'm trying to be more jovial about it. I'm trying not to be as serious about this, just because I don't want people to... I want people to think, but I don't want people to be like, flame war in the comments. I don't want that. Genuinely speaking, I do want people to just, like, look at something, look at a topic, look at anything, and think critically about it. Because I like people who think critically. And when I look at stuff like insults, I am out of energy. I'm out of energy in the worst possible space, actually. No, I'm not. There's no Uranus I see. So I should be fine. But I look at race insults. I look at gender. I look at the race wars. I look at gender wars. I look at all that stuff. And I think... it's a waste of energy. Like, your gender, your race, your sexuality, that isn't exactly who you are. It is a part of you. Don't get me wrong. It is a part of you. It's part of who you are. But that's just it. It's a part of who you are. This is oil. I need to get a little bird. Sorry, I had to focus on not dying. But it's a part of... God. Yeah, getting insulted... yeah, sorry. I'm focusing on not dying. Okay. Your race, your gender, your sexuality, your age, your height, all that stuff. It is a part of who you are. A lot of it you can't change. Actually, a lot of it you can change. Some of it you can't change. That is a Mosasaur platform. That is a gun. That's a car charge saddle. That is straight up a car charge saddle. Anyways, yes. You can change a lot about yourself. You can change how you look. You can't really change your height unless you get surgery, I guess. You can lose weight if your genetics allow it. But you can't really change your... I want to clarify, when I say gender, I mean the gender you identify as. Because usually that's more of a internal thing. Because I have a lot of trans friends who are trans male or trans female, so I call them by what the gender they identify as. And if I have a gender fluid friend who says, I'm male today, okay. Good on you, sir. I'm female today. Hello, ma'am. That's that kind of stuff. That's kind of very difficult to change. And changing your gender physically is also very difficult to do because it requires a lot of money, which sucks. I really wish it was more affordable for a lot of people. And safer. And I wish the freaking American leadership would just accept the fact that people don't really identify with the skin that they are born with, so maybe they just want to be what they identify as because it makes them feel better. And they want to be better people, and that is straight up on... Nope, that's another Megatherium. It's a baby Sabertooth. Oh, you know what happened? You know what happened? He might have gotten enraged from killing a bug, because they tend to attack other things whenever they get enraged. Anyways, I was talking about gender and how I hate how the government just ruins everything about that stuff. About, like, reassignment surgery and all that stuff. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff you can change about yourself. There's a lot of stuff you can't change about yourself. It all sucks that you can't change yourself easily. But what I'm getting at is... it's a part of who you are, but it's not who you are. Like, to give an example of myself, I am obviously male, by the sound of my voice. If anybody thought I was female, I'm sorry to disappoint. But that shouldn't matter if you're watching my content and you're having fun. I'm literally just waiting for this Uteranus to grow up. Or wake up. No, like, seriously. I want you to watch my content because I think it's enjoyable, except for this video, obviously. But if you don't watch my content because I'm male, then that's an issue on you, that's not an issue on me. I'm male, but I also have hobbies. I'm male, but I also like books and stuff like that. Like, what makes me Kazm isn't I'm male. What makes me Kazm is I play video games, I do YouTube channels, I am stupid half the time. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. I'm sometimes flamboyant, I'm sometimes extremely serious. I like the color blue a lot. Can you please tame up? My favorite series is Monster Hunter. Despite the fact that I do a lot of Pokemon stuff on this channel. One of the first video games I played was, ironically, Pokemon. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Magic the Gathering. I like I like swords and spears and stuff like that. I love building decks. Card decks, not anything else. Because the feeling of building a deck and hoping it works out and just testing it just feels amazing to me and it's fun. I like manga. I have the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist as the manga series on my shelf right now. I like music. Music's great. I like most forms of music. Like, this is all stuff that makes me me. I hate Mindy Kaling. She's a bitch. And not funny. The Velma series is an absolute garbage fire. But, like, being male doesn't define me. Let me rephrase that statement. Being male isn't my only dimension. I'll put it that way. I am a multifaceted person. There is a lot about me that a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot about me that people do realize. And they're still friends with me. And, yeah, I sometimes say, like, mildly controversial stuff. Hello. You're adorable. That wasn't controversial. Unless you don't like Daeodons. In which case, yes, it was. But, like, I'll say controversial stuff, but, like, I'm not trying to hurt the people involved. Like, honestly, if I've offended anybody with this video, I truly apologize. Like, I'm literally just trying to form understanding and form a, like, I'm trying to get, to try and put it as simply as possible for me. I'm ignorant to a lot of stuff. I'm going to admit that. I'm ignorant to a lot of stuff. I don't know stuff. And I say I'm ignorant as in I don't know. Not ignorant as in I'm a dick. I'm a dick, but I'm not ignorant. I'm a dick, but I'm not an ignorant dick. Erase all of that. I'm ignorant in the sense that I don't know. There's stuff I don't know. I'm going to admit it. There's stuff I don't know. There's stuff I want to know, and I'd like to learn. The issue is I can't learn anymore in this day and age about certain things without having my head ripped off. Like, for an example, I've had moments where I can't ask, well, why does person A who's white get offended for group B who's black because person C insulted group B? Without being called a racist. I couldn't ask that question because I'd be called a racist, because I saw it in the comments with that same in that same text line of that whole thing. Any person who was trying to figure out like what was actually going on would be called racist, bigot, all that stuff. Like, person A was just absolutely lashing out on everybody that wasn't group B. Technically speaking, it would be group A, but semantics. Okay, let me get you out of here. There we go. We got ourselves a Yutty. Definitely a benefit. This is going to be a long video. But, like, it's very hard to try and understand anymore in this day and age just because there's so many people out there that'll rip your head off for trying to understand. Which makes no sense to me because, like, wouldn't you want these people to understand? Like, seriously, if you have a movement that you want to get off the ground and you want to be taken seriously, would you not want, and yes, I am digging my hole deeper because I am trying to understand, but wouldn't you want people to understand fully what your movement is? Don't I have you in my inventory? Yeah, I have you. So why is that there? Go away. Thank you. I think another reason I'm trying to get this all off my chest is so I can feel more comfortable talking about it. Because I genuinely don't feel comfortable talking about it, because once again, I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing and offend the wrong person, and somebody's going to try and rip my head off. I don't want to live in a world like that. I want to be able to have a dialogue with people that, while yes, what my opinion is offensive to you, but you aren't going to try and, like, kill me because that's my opinion. I don't mind somebody trying to talk to me and figure out, like, where we're standing. Because that's what I want in this world. I want people to be able to have a dialogue and figure out, like, why do you hate black people? Like, there's no right reason to hate black people. You really shouldn't hate a group of people to begin with. Which is ironic considering I don't really like early Christianity. But that's a different topic. Something died. I didn't kill it. I have no idea why I got all that stuff. But when I say early Christianity, I mean like medieval times Christianity. I guess that would be before New Testament? I don't know. I can't fully remember the timeline. Anyway, I'm getting off topic again. At the moment, I'm just trying to fly back to base. Like, I miss being able to have a dialogue with people. You're pretty. You're really pretty. I like you. Where's your level? 5. No, I'm sorry. Oh, why are the pretty ones so weak? But I miss being able to have a dialogue, and I miss being able to talk about what is considered controversial stuff without somebody throwing something across the table. Like, a massive example of this is politics at Thanksgiving. Or politics in general, because a lot of people who are liberal don't like a lot of people who are conservative. And it's just because their values are different, and, like, that's... I need to get into a different spot, because these guys are just not leaving me alone. Hating person for their belief is kind of what caused a lot of issues in the past. And we probably shouldn't be repeating that. Like, repeating that as in repeating history. Hating a person because they have genuinely wronged you, like, for example, stolen from you. Stolen an heirloom that was in your family for generations. That's understandable. That's... Probably shouldn't really hate them for the rest of your life, but, you know, you do you. But hating a person for wronging you in that sense, that makes more sense than hating somebody because of their race, nationality, gender, all that stuff. Political opinion in the same vein, because, like, I genuinely don't understand politics. Or rather, I do, but what I don't understand is, like, do y'all generally think, I'm asking both sides, do y'all genuinely think that, like, everybody who is your opponent thinks exactly the same as the other people in their party? Because... I let that pause there way too long. Because when you really break it down, here's how I view politics. I'm not going to say what my side is, because I don't need everybody ganging up on me for stupid reasons. Needless to say, I hate both sides equally. I genuinely hate both sides equally. I absolutely hate both sides equally. But I want you to look at your party. Like, look at what you value out of that party. Genuinely. I want you to genuinely look at yourself as a person in your party. And then I want you to look at other people who are also a part of that party. And I mean as many people as you possibly can. And I want you to ask yourself, do I share the same values, all of the same values, as these other people, one for one? I'm not saying... Actually, let me rephrase that. What's going to happen is I can guarantee you that there's going to be one belief, only one, at the minimum, one belief that you do not share. And it's going to be a small one, too. It's not going to even be a remotely big one. It's going to be just one simple belief that you don't share with these people. That's a Rex. Male 95 Rex. It's actually not bad. But it's going to be one belief out of your group that you don't believe, you don't agree with, you don't mesh with. And that's fine. But that's true for everyone in your party. Once again, I'm not saying it's going to be a big belief. I'm not saying it's like going to be one game-changing. Well, I'm not being this person. I'm not being this Democrat or this party anymore. It's going to be something small. It's going to be something not even remotely important, worth mentioning. But it's going to be a belief that you don't agree with. And the reason I say that is because, like... Please turn off. Thank you. You are loud. But the reason I bring it up is because... That's the same for your opposing party. Like, there's going to be individuals in your opposing party, and this is why I can be friends with people of both parties, even though I hate both parties equally. Because once again, it falls back to the... It's not their defining... It's not what makes them them. It just is a part of them. It's not the be-all, end-all for them. It's just a small part. But I can look at a party... I can see what goes on in the party, and I can think, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. This is back when I actually was part of a party. I was part of a party, and I looked at a few pieces of it. I'm just like, no, just no, stop it. It's horrible. Why are you assholes? And then I look at the other side of the party, and I'm just like, no, this is also bad. Why are you... Stop it. I'm stuck. What is this? Silencer attachment. I can put that on my new gun. But there's a lot of stuff I agree with in terms of politics, and there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with in terms of politics, and just... We need to stop hating on each other just because we're different sides. I mean, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but that's pretty much what the people in charge want us to do, want to happen. Is for us to hate on each other and distract. That way they can screw us over in the long run. Because it gets them what they want. Don't believe me? Look at literally every single freaking presidential election for the past, what, 20-some years? And I mean everyone. Every single one is shit. Do I have any more raw prime meat? I do not. What was I doing? Putting stuff away, that's what. Screw it, I'll throw a stemberry in there. I don't know why I have that table. That was a silencer. And the flashlight. Neat. Anyways, yeah, sorry this video was bad. Does that have a timer on it? That has a timer on it. Okay, that's good to know. Sorry this video was not as entertaining as the others. If you clicked off already, that's fully understandable. Listening to controversial BS is usually not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? That's fine. If you're still willing to put up with me, I'm appreciating that as well. Oh my goodness, I really don't want to post this video, but I'm going to just bite the bullet and deal with it. It's part of what I do. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel that leads to more content like this in the future. And if you're coming back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It helps out a ton. I'm greatly appreciative. And if you could share this with your friends, your family, your favorite group of new mods. We didn't even get to explore the new mods. My goodness. Don't worry, what? I dino wiped everything, and I'm still dealing with you assholes. Anyways, I'll see you as we continue our adventures in Ark Survival Evolved. Ascended, not evolved. Bye-bye! Hopefully. Well, now, wasn't that a bit of a long-winded, babbly... Look, I'm very sorry. But I don't have anybody to talk to. I just ramble. I mean, aside from you guys. I mean, I do talk to you guys. You are very red and blue. I just now noticed that. Anyways, part of what goes on with my videos is that I just record by myself. I don't have anybody to talk to much. Besides you folk. And so I just, you know, kind of babble. And talk a lot. And sometimes I pick bad subjects. But if you manage to stick around for this long with my channel, with my videos, and with my horrible yapping, I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you as we continue our adventures in Ark Survival Ascended. I should probably do the outro proper, shouldn't I? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I really hope... if you at least made it through it, I'm appreciative of that as well. Give me a like. Give it a like. Give me a subscribe. And if you feel you can, or if you want to, share this video with your friends, your family, your favorite group of people you just like babbling with. I'd appreciate that as well. And as always, I'll see you as we continue our adventures in Ark Survival Ascended. Bye-bye.